Have you ever canoed down a babbling brook?
No, but I have cried at a Taco Bell.
Oh, same thing. Listen up, campers.
It's time to buckle up, pitch a tent, and take a hike.
Because Camp Counselors is a variety show.
So prepare for a good old-fashioned kumbaya,
Weird news,
hot gossip,
and scary stories around the campfire.
so spooky.
Is this podcast even about camping?
No, but it is camp. This is Camp Counselors.
Hey, happy campers!
Welcome back to Camp Shady Birch.
It is week 100 here at camp.
It is a palpable excitement here at camp. Campers have been out all morning planting roses, singing hymnals. It's just been crazy. There's Sloppy Joe food fights, marshmallows galore. Sandwich is wearing a full tux right now behind the camera.
I was literally going to say Speedo.
Yeah, and that's behind. It's one of those like open back
Oh,
tuxes.
yeah. Business in the front, a party in the back.
Yeah, it's like just full boudoir.
Yes, absolutely. And if you are one of the lucky ones who are watching us on YouTube, you will notice that we are dressed as some iconic Camp Shady Birch figures. Counselor Zachariah, sorry, if you will. Who are you dressed as?
Scoop Marie. I am the iconic dog that can't stop rubbing her butt all over camp. I am sitting down right now, but if you can't see, I'll open my legs for YouTube right now. I am wearing my first ever adult diaper. I am padded to the gods. This costume from Amazon was a size too small, so when I put it on over my body, I already felt my balls going up inside myself. And now with this adult diaper on, I'm fully tucked at this point. Completely unnecessarily tucked, but tucked nonetheless. I'm also matching this outfit with an 80s kind of like hair metal wig, some ears, and then I have a dog necklace that says, literally a dog necklace.
Collar.
It's just a collar.
Yeah, it's
The
a collar.
gayest way to call a collar is a dog necklace.
Yeah.
And it says Scoop Marie on it because I'm that bad bitch. And then, Jonathan, who are you dressed as?
Obviously, Princess Guero.
Yes, you are, mama.
Yes, I am. I am wearing my alligator, Cayman onesie, adorned with a veil. This is 36 inches, real hair here. And it's David's Bridal, if anyone's wondering.
Is it really?
No, it's Amazon Prime.
Okay, the new David's Bridal.
Yeah, so it's giving David's Bridal meets David's Quinceañera. I have never put on a dress over a onesie. I'm in my wedding gown. It's not the most comfortable nor air conditioned, but we're doing it for the bit. And I'll say it's cozy, but it's not comfortable.
I love that instead of having two breasts, you decided to have one in the middle.
That's my zipper.
Yeah, no, I know what it is.
Now
I'm actually loving what I'm seeing
embarrassed.
right now.
It just keeps moving.
Yeah, the fact that we're wearing fully outdoor, like furry costumes
It's
in
fleece.
the middle of summer.
It's
I know.
fleece.
Oh my God. If I roll my sleeves up, my skin is already a river.
Yeah.
I'm drippy, so I'll never wear this again. But I'm
No.
wearing it for the 100th episode because we just want to start off with today's episode thanking you campers for coming along the ride for 100 weeks
100
here.
freaking episodes.
Where
Holy
the
shit.
fuck are your parents?
No, I don't know if they're coming, you guys. You got dropped off quite some time ago.
Yeah, and we are not parents here.
Yeah,
So-
we're like trying to entertain the kids with these microphones, playing the trumpet, playing the tangerine. We can only do so many things before we're like, hey, parents aren't coming.
Yeah, Thanksgiving's gonna be weird this year. It's gonna be a really big group of you.
Yeah, for sure. We also have some champagne here.
Yes, my friend Madeline, who styled all of my outfits for my live shows, she got me this as a gift, as like a congrats on the first show. And I think I always have to save some bubbly for a special occasion. This is Betchtold. I don't know. Her husband is a professional, or her boyfriend rather, is a professional like wine salesman, like a sommelier kind of.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he only works in like the finest of restaurants. Like,
I was sitting next to him, that poor kid. It was the day that I met him. It was at Zach's live show, and I was literally screaming in his ear, cheering you on.
Well, that's fine. I appreciate that.
And he was so down for it. He was like, no, you're so good. That's your man.
I can only imagine that this is going to be some really quality stuff, so I am going to pop it on camera.
It makes me nervous.
I know you always get so nervous, but I don't ever get nervous by a champagne. You just got to like own it, Watch, 3, 2, 1. See, nothing.
Oh.
Literally nothing.
Wait, why wasn't...
It did pop. I just have control over the cork.
Well, I wanted it loud.
Yeah, but I'm not going to spray it over our carpet.
Oh, yeah. That'll attract ants. Oh, we are going to have ants.
Would you like a glass?
Yes, I would love a glass. We have not drank on the show. The first episode, we did drink on the show, and I did spill. I don't know if you remember that.
You have a White Claw almost every other episode.
No. We don't even have White. I haven't had White Claw since maybe May.
Well, a sparkling. You drink on the show all the time.
That is a fib and a half.
I don't
but
drink
don't smell my coffee cup.
I don't drink on the show because the minute I have 3 drinks, campers, my tongue swells to some sort of anaphylactic shock. Like, it's not good. And then you hear me like, and you don't want that. You want me to be crystal clear. But today is a special occasion. Congratulations to you, Jonathan. We seriously could not do this show without all of the technical support, the editing, and the passion for this. It really all lies with you. I am just so happy to be a part of this journey as your partner, as your lover, as your fellow counselor. But seriously, we wouldn't have this show without you. So this is a special cheers to you.
Well, this is a special cheers to us.
Don't
to you too.
I love you.
The love of my life. If that was audio only, that was probably a really awkward pause, but there was a sip in there. Wait, wow, that's nice.
It's a little appley.
Is this alcoholic?
Yes, of course.
This tastes like Welch's.
Welch's?
And that's a compliment coming from a man in a alligator onesie. Okay, you guys, so I did ask on, and I don't know, everybody assumed it was you posting it. I think because no, the phone was in my hand in the picture. I posted a selfie of us from Charleston from years ago. I don't know why, but I posted it on the Camp Counselor's Instagram and I said, send us Q&As. You have questions, we have answers for our 100th episode. And everyone thought it was you posting it. So everyone was addressing you for the most part.
That's so funny.
But we are going to read some questions and give you some answers. We haven't done this. We never did a Q&A, did we?
No.
Maybe on Patreon. But
and the amount of questions we got was absolutely insane. So I'm going to say right now, if your question didn't make it, it's possibly on the Patreon because we're going to continue the Q&A for Cabin 5 on Patreon. They already got an exclusive look at our outfits. That's the kind of deals you get in Cabin 5 on Patreon. So there's a ton more of these questions on Patreon if you're interested. But we do have a lovely selection, and we are going to read the Instagram handles of who asked it because you guys are a part of this community, and we want to give you your flowers as well because seriously, without you listening, we wouldn't be doing this, and we're just so grateful.
I guess I'll go first,
okay.
Shall I? This is coming from Kristen.Schaffner, who asks, if you weren't content creators, what would your dream job be?
My dream job, since I was a little girl, was always to be a Disney World Imagineer. And to do that, you have to really be an engineer, and that was never my strong suit. I think what I meant by that was I wanted to come up with the conceptual ideas for roller coasters at Disney World. Like, I've had this idea of a magic carpet ride out of that chamber, not the Chamber of Secrets.
No, not the Chamber of Secrets. The Lion Mouth.
The Lion Mouth Tavern Lagoon.
What is that?
I'm not going to get hung up on it because that's not the point of the segment. I'm just going to say I think it would have been an incredible roller coaster. I
think that would be so fun and fantastic and freaky.
My mind runs in amusement park. Like, I think that is my binary code. Could this be an amusement park, and how can we get a funnel cake as close to the exit of this ride as possible? Like, that's what I'm thinking for you guys.
That's funny. You know, friend of the podcast, Georgia Hardstark, my favorite murder, they actually shared a studio. It was like next door to people who would create the roller coasters on like a blueprint. Isn't that crazy? I'm like, wait, people actually go into an office and have a big blueprint and like sit down and they build it. I was, oh my God, Roller Coaster Tycoon. You
think the safety of people on roller coasters is going to lie with like a little whim of an idea? Of course they have to have a blueprint.
No, I know that, but I mean like a blueprint, like on paper, like everybody's gathered around the table like it's Thanksgiving. Like in my head, I'm like, you're just playing Roller Coaster Tycoon and seeing if it works with gravity, you know?
Yeah, I hear ya.
No, but I think that'd be a fun job. I would probably, I don't know, I always wanted to do something in film, so I would probably be on set somewhere. But if not that, I would be a potter. I really love stoneware. I really enjoy pottery. I used to be good at it. It's been quite some time since, but I think I'd still be good at it. I would love to do something with my hands and potlery. I think that would be fun. That's probably what I would be doing.
I think that's gorgeous.
Thank you so much.
Our next question comes from CMF09755. What made you start the pod? I love it so much.
So when we moved in together, we knew that we wanted to do something together. But it was probably going to be a podcast.
I felt like it was always going to be a podcast because you had a podcast before this podcast.
I did. I don't know if I've ever talked about that.
You've talked about it one time and people went back and found it.
Yeah.
Do you want to plug it?
No.
Okay, well, guys, if you find it, you find it. But I think we wanted something creative together that wasn't short form content.
It took us so long to actually figure out what we wanted to do because we wanted it to be specific and fun and unlike anything else. And you came up with, you were like, what if we do like a camp or like a summer camp or something? Wait a damn minute.
The truth comes out.
And that's when we sat down and we literally watched, to prepare for this podcast, we watched Troop Beverly Hills. We watched Parent Trap, only the first half, because we were in a time crunch, okay? We were doing our research. It feels like the second half of Parent Trap is a separate movie.
And I like that movie just as much.
And yeah, I like that movie just as much. A friend of the podcast, Mamrie Hart and Grace Helbig, their movie, Camp Dakota. We just watched all the campy movies. And then we sat down and we started the damn thing. This is coming from Audrey Laundry. What do you think Buffy's favorite color is?
I'll let you answer that one.
I think Buffy's a purple girl.
You think so?
I think Buffy's a purple girl because she just has purple girl attitude. She has purple girl energy. You know that meme where it's like it's not just she likes purple, like she's obsessed with purple. Like the green girl of Brooklyn, the green lady. I think that's what Buffy would be with purple. Ironically, she doesn't have a single thing that's purple. But maybe I should get her something. That's just the energy that she emulates.
I think she gives the energy of like lime green and hot pink together.
Cosmo Wanda?
Yeah, but more like
What does that mean?
like rock and roll. I'm at the mall with my friends of my phone.
Okay. I was also thinking like a watermelon.
She's like so moody teen girl.
Moody teen girl.
Like she's so mother, but she's also so moody teen.
Yeah, she gets all 6 of her nipples pierced.
That's the most foul thing you've ever said. And I can't believe you said it on episode 100.
And I'll say it again.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll continue to lower the bar.
Next question.
This is from summer.faith. We need a tattoo tour for both of you. I've been wondering what y'all have. We're going to do that one on Patreon.
Especially now because it's like...
Oh my God, imagine having to take this off to show the tattoos.
Yeah, I'm tucked.
Yeah.
You're tucked. We're both tucked in here.
Oh wait,
but we will do that. That's fun. That's fun. We're going to have to do that after this.
Okay, so from Lauren Garofalo, how did you both push through your rejection to reach your current goals?
I don't know. You just do it enough times to really just not give a fuck and learn that you're not going to let other people control your life or tell you no, because you get one life. Life is not a dress rehearsal, and we're all going to be dead one day. And to me, beautiful. that's a thank you. That's literally being so serious. A term of endearment in my book.
Yeah, and like rejection, what is the fear of rejection, you guys? I think I am nervous for everything I've ever done at all times. Every video I post, I'm nervous about it. Every podcast we record, I'm nervous about it. I'm always nervous. But I think the only way to succeed in life is to just push past the nerves. You got to just do it. You just have to jump in the deep end, jump in the cold water. It never gets warmer the longer you wait. Just keep trying, because every time you try something new or continue to do something you're not good at, you only get better, you only get stronger, or you learn something about yourself. So whatever you want to do in life, you just got to jump and pursue it. There is literally room for everybody at the table. And the people who make it are never the most talented. They're always the most confident.
Yeah. Wow. Yes, exactly that. Also, did you see the Miley Cyrus speech when she was indicted? Or not indicted. Inducted. Sorry.
Yes, inducted.
Into the Hall of Fame for Disney Legends.
What did she say?
She said something along the same lines. Even legends get scared. I'm standing up here. I'm scared right now. But if you push through it, you're never going to fail because you're doing something new. The only failure you have is to not try. And I'm like, wait, when I'm younger, I'm like, of course a teacher is going to tell me that. But the second that Hannah Montana is 32 years old and she's telling me that, I'm like, well, she does have a point.
Guys, it's always been the climb.
Paulina Hong says, with 3 Gs, what's your favorite thing about each other?
My favorite thing about Counselor Jonathan is his sense of humor. I say this all the time. I think you're the funniest person I've ever met in my entire life. You have a natural way with people that you make everybody feel very comfortable, in the way that you talk to everybody, no matter who they are, with the same level of dignity and respect is something very commendable. And I just love that you have such a genuine presence with whoever you are, with me and every person I've ever introduced you to, like my friends and my family. They all love you because you are just very kind and funny and silly.
Thank you. That was sweet. I like that about me too. My favorite, I have many favorite things about you. Obviously, your sense of humor.
All. Sorry.
You are the funniest bitch that I know, being dead ass. And you're also such a selfless person. Like, you are probably the most selfless person that I've ever met in my life. Also, you are such a great friend. Like, I'm not saying that sounds like me putting you in the friend zone. No, like, to your friends, like, I witnessed everything you do, all of the effort you put in. Even when we moved out of state and you were like hours away, you really put in the work. And it's something that I don't want to say envy, but I know that I lack in certain situations that I just really adore you for, because it mean like to me, I see that you are such a genuine, good, big-hearted person.
Thank you.
And I love you for that.
I love you.
Thank you.
Okay, so done with that gay shit.
Boom.
We're going to do this good. This is a good one. Taylor Carlson asks, if you could have liquid come out of each of your fingers, what are you choosing? Okay, so this one's confusing because are we doing 10 liquids, 1 finger per liquid? Or are we doing one liquid per finger? I feel like she meant 10 per 10.
Oh, like 10 different liquids, one different out of like a soda dispenser.
I was literally thinking my fingers are a soda dispenser.
Okay, I was thinking one liquid coming out of all fingers, like 6 nipples and milk.
Oh, well.
Let's meet in the middle with 5. We can do one hand.
Okay, one hand has a magical
Because 10's
juice.
a lot. I don't even know 10 liquids.
I can think of 15 liquids I want right now.
Okay, well, let's do 5 because brevity is close to godliness.
I'll go first. Thumb, sour cream. Everybody thumbs up. I'm squirting sour cream on your chili.
I don't know if I count that as liquid, but...
It's my finger, my liquid.
Okay.
My index finger, Dr. Pepper. My middle finger, water. I'm not a freak. My ring finger, maybe some Ken's honey mustard.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm locked and loaded on that bitch.
Wow.
And then my pinky finger would probably be crushed ice.
Owie.
No, it doesn't hurt in my theory.
Okay.
It's
I
just
would
like-
put that in your thumb though, because I feel like your thumb would have like, it's probably strongest.
No,
strong
because
mama.
when I asked God about that, he said thumbs are big for cubes, pinky is small, crushed ice.
Okay, I see.
Yeah,
I see.
I already talked to the big guy upstairs.
Got
and
it.
He told me that's how it had to go down.
Okay, so my thumb is gonna be Diet Coke.
Okay.
Give a thumbs up. It'll spray everywhere and everybody loves it, and it's a really good time. The index finger is gonna be, it's gonna be Patron. Oh my God, you can go like this. Expecto Patronum. And then you would open your mouth and I would shoot a shot into your mouth.
Clever girl.
Yeah. Okay. And then obviously my middle finger is going to be the chaser. So I go, and then it'll be like lime juice or lemonade. This one can change because I talked to the big guy. So this one, the middle finger can be anything I want it to be.
Okay. You
So
talked to
for
the
right
big guy
now,
for that one?
yeah, right now that's what it is the chaser. But then if I'm flipping you off, I can squirt lime juice into your eye.
Okay.
Which is effective. My ring finger is going to be water. Just for when I'm thirsty, because sometimes you just need it.
Exactly.
Know?
Like if you're not including water in your squirt fingers, then what are you doing?
Yeah. And my pinky is going to be the red icy.
Nice. A little carbonated.
You either the red icy or cotton candy Go-Gurt.
Ew.
Yeah. So I have not yet decided, but there's that.
I'm pissed I didn't say wine, but I can't go back and change time.
Well, you could if you could, but you can't. So sorry. We've got to move on. Next question is by am_. Oh my God, I cannot read that. It's
Emily.
ILLII. Okay. Amelie with an underscore in the middle of it. Sorry, but you see how confusing the I's and then the lowercase L's. It's all too much on episode 100. Okay, so simply must know your favorite VHSs growing up. Oh, me? Mine was Hercules. Okay. So what was yours?
I think Hercules was great. I honestly, the movie I watched the most growing up was a little movie called Homeward Bound. And I think when I told you that, you said it was sad.
Oh my God. No, because I was thinking Fox and the Hound, but Homeward Bound, yeah.
Homeward Bound was a feature with a couple dogs and a cat.
Now you dressed as a dog.
Yeah, and I knew that. I think I liked the story because it was sad. And there was triumph and there was failure and there was loss and there was hope. And I think from a young age, I've always identified with sad stories. I think they bring passion and life to everybody.
My dog was named after that movie.
Chance.
We had Chance, and then Mark's dog was named after that movie as well.
Shadow. But there was no shout out to Sally Field's character.
Sassy. Well, that's Buffy.
Oh my God.
Buffy is sassy. I'm not going to name a cat Sassy. I'm sorry. It's a bad name for a cat.
What's worse? Oreo. I know so many cameras have cats named Oreo. I'm sorry.
Okay.
What about yours?
Oh, I didn't even answer. Okay. Harriet the Spy.
You are a sucker for an orange VHS.
That crazy orange VHS. I remember the previews. I watched it so many times. I was obsessed with that movie. I truly have not seen a movie in a long time that made me feel the way that movie felt. Oh my God, she was such a bitch at that one part in the bathroom. Your dad doesn't love you. I was like, oh my God, girl.
Jarv Bird asks, Celebrity Hall Pass.
Mine?
Yeah.
Wayne Brady.
You're obsessed with Wayne Brady.
I love Wayne Brady. And when he came out as pansexual, bisexual, whatever, I was like, wait, what?
You said a win's a win.
So who's yours?
Can I start off by saying who it's not?
Okay.
Because there's one leading man in Hollywood right now that I just cannot get behind. Glenn Powell?
Oh.
Is he AI? Where did he come from? I don't find him that attractive.
Suits?
He's pretty normal looking. He wasn't in Suits, was he?
I have no clue.
That's always the easy answer in life right now. I just say Suits and everyone goes, oh. Because no one actually saw it, but then everyone saw it at the same time.
I think a lot of people saw it. I wasn't one of them.
I didn't see Twister.
You never... Oh, the new Twister.
Yeah. Glenn Powell's in that.
Oh.
But I will tell you who my celebrity crush is forever and always.
Well, that is the question.
Yeah, my hall pass is going to be Josh Hutcherson.
Wow. I should have known.
Yeah, because I've always been in love with him, and I think he's aging like really good juice. I wouldn't say wine because I don't know if that's the case, but good juice also ages. It's also fruit-based.
His quotes about being like an ally are funny.
Because he's an ally.
No, I know he's an ally, but he's like, I hope one day my son comes out as gay to me.
And that's crazy to say, Josh, but I see your heart and I recognize that, and we do think you're an ally. If I were to pick a gay celebrity, you know who it would be? You know, I think is such a cutie who's aging also really well.
Who?
David Archuleta.
Oh, David, yeah.
He's getting
cute.
more handsome.
See, but I see him as like a cutie patootie versus like a hunka-Rooney.
Well, it was just Celebrity Hall Pass, and I think everybody's equal opportunity when it comes to the boom boom.
Okay, fair. This one's coming from I Fits No Sliver.
I think it's I Fits Not Silver.
Do you actually like when campers say hi in the wild? Yes. We were walking through Brooklyn the other day and someone was like, was that the camp counselors? Literally
not. Was that Zachariah? Was that Jonathan? No. Was that camp counselors? And our camper was from Connecticut.
Yeah.
What a sweetie. Yeah. Always say hi to us, guys. We are just normal fucking people who put on costumes and record ourselves speaking, and you listen. Always say hi.
Otherwise, we would have chosen the path of roller coasterism and potlery.
Yeah. Maybe accounting if I had the brain cells.
True.
Lila Destin asks, fave activity offered at Camp Shady Birch?
I would have to say my favorite activity is Velcro wall nacho toss.
You've always said that, Jonathan.
Yeah, I was gonna say the blob, but I feel like that's just too
on the nose.
It's too on the nose.
What can you explain what the Velcro nacho wall is?
It feels silly to have to because I feel like everybody already knows. But for those who don't know, Velcro wall nacho blast is you wear your Velcro suit and you do the trampoline jump onto a Velcro wall, which is in between cabin 13 and 14.
Yeah,
cabin 13 and a half rather. And
13 3/4, I would even say.
Yeah. And then you get stuck up on the wall like a normal Velcro wall, and then everyone else slings nacho cheese and vegan meat at you. And as much as you can catch, you get to keep. So that's one of my favorite activities.
It's always been a yummy activity.
Yeah. What about you?
Mine is a really special day every March. I don't know if we've ever talked about it before, but it is Bedbug Day. It's an old camp tradition here. We release bed bugs in a mystery cabin every single year, and it's up to you campers to decide which cabin got bed bugs.
So it's not a bed bug check. We're setting them free.
Yeah, because March is kind of a lull month, and we need to add some spice. And then for the campers that are selected, you will be ostracized and voted to the isolation cabin for 2 weeks isolation. Yeah. And it's kind of team building for you guys. It's a chance for us to take a break and just pick on someone as a group.
That's great targeted bullying.
Yeah, and that's something we do offer here as an elective here at Camp is at Bedbug Day. But you guys, the people, campers who've graduated from the program have always come out stronger. And we've had a lot of celebrities who've graduated from that program.
Glenn Powell.
Glenn Close.
Kamala Harris. You think she fell out of a coconut tree?
No.
She graduated from the program. Oh, this one is also coming from, we got a double diva. Lilia Destin is also asking, what's your fave episode of the pod? Honestly, I don't think I have a favorite episode. I love them all. I mean, there's a couple that stand out to me, but I'm curious to know what your favorites are, campers. So comment below if you're on YouTube.
We do have a special guest from one of my favorite episodes of all time, and it is Ethan. Ethan in the Big Apple actually did survive that treacherous plane trip, and he is here today to tell his tale.
What? Oh my God, his snake tail.
He's covered in hair.
In dog
I'm
hair.
going to put him around my neck.
Your ear.
Britney Spears style.
Oh my God, I'm freaking out. This is a disaster. No. I thought we would have an apple. I was going to wrap him around an apple, but that's what we're working with.
This is from Renee Ford. Is Buffy strong, mama?
Part of me wants to say, yeah, Buffy is strong, mama. She is a mother of 3. She's not good, mama. But they don't call her on her birthday, so she's strong, mama.
I don't know if she's strong, mama. I think she's good, mama. But is she strong? If you don't feed her at approximately 5 p.m. every day, she starts to wilt like a daffodil.
She literally will find the crunchiest thing in the room, the thing that will make the most noise. If we have a bill or an envelope that has that little cellophane window, it's game over because she is twiddling with that until I get up out of bed and I feed her. And she's like clockwork, that girl. It's like 5:30 or 6 o'clock a.m. She doesn't meow. She doesn't really scratch at anything, but she'll find a crunchy thing and she'll just crunch on it, lay on it, roll on it until we get up out of bed. It's the craziest way to wake up every morning.
It's not strong mama behavior.
You're right. It's not. And she doesn't have good balance. She's unbalanced mama. Okay. So this is coming from this_is_nay. Been wanting to know forever, Counselor Zachariah, what happened to the little pug you had?
I get this question all the time, and I've talked about it, but I think I'm going to talk about it again because I think people need to know if you don't know. So when we moved to New York, before that, when I was living in New Bedford, me and my ex had split custody of Puck, my gorgeous little pug. But when I moved here, it didn't make sense for him to come because he had 3 legs, and his sister back home, Pearl the cat, they like loved each other so much, and we travel so much. Having Puck in New York scared me because of walking and safety, and I wanted him to feel secure and comfortable. He's also like 9 years old now. He's fine, guys. He is living a gorgeous, beautiful life. I miss him every single day, and hopefully one day we can have a dog together, but that day has to come when we have the time and the appropriate like people around to help take care of him, because it's not fair to have a dog if they're going to stay home alone all day.
Yeah.
Buffy, you take her out of the house, she wants to scream and cry. Like she wants to be home alone all day. Dogs don't, but he's good. Elizabeth Houghton 7 asks, what's the one smell that brings you back to your childhood? What is it, Jonathan?
Tar on a hot day.
Ooh, like fresh tar?
Fresh tar being laid down on the road, because when I was younger, we would go to the shore. This sounds crazy, but they were like redoing the roads for a while on this certain beach town that I used to go to when I was a kid, Ocean City, New Jersey. And I don't know why, but every time I smell it, it literally takes me to like the beach. Not the beach, not like
hot tar
with the
beach.
Ocean, but it takes me to like the neighborhood at the shore.
I gotcha.
Yeah. What about you?
I think it's wet earth, wet grass, morning dew, some would even say. Yeah, when I'm out early in the morning, I can smell wet grass. I say, ooh, my youth. My youth.
Sex in the City. Anybody.
From Zoe Monette. Describe each other as toppings on a sandwich, please.
You are onion.
That was fresh. That was really mean.
That's not a bad thing.
You chose violence with that answer.
Okay, you're bib lettuce.
I don't want to play anymore.
Don't ask the question if you don't want the answer.
Oh, you know what you are?
What?
Mayonnaise.
Yes, I am.
And pickle.
Yes, I am.
And salt. Not a lot of pepper though. Too spicy, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, thanks a lot, Zoe.
Okay, and then let's do 2 more.
Okay.
So our second to last comes from Lila Janet, who asks, what advice would you give to someone wanting to start their own podcast?
I would say just do it. Don't be concerned over the numbers. Be concerned over the social clips. That's going to get people to listen to your podcast, but you got to do it because you want to do it, okay? You can't be worried about who's listening. It's a lot of work. and make sure that you or someone you love, like Jonathan, is really good with computers and software and editing. But just don't give up. It took us almost a year and a half to get signed. And that was with us having like social media presence and following. Podcasting is really competitive, but if you find a really great audience, like the people here at Camp Shady Birch, you're going to be just fine. Do it for the love of it and the storytelling.
Yeah, for sure. I think there's a lot of, like, everybody and their mother has a podcast, but not everybody can last because some people don't understand how much work goes into it. But I would say, yeah, just go for it. There's room for everyone at the table. I would take it seriously when the mics are down and take it a little more lightly when the mics are up.
I like that.
Yeah.
And our final question is from Courtney Hushka. If you could tell them anything, what would you tell your first episode selves right now?
Y'all are about to have the best 100 weeks of your life.
I couldn't have said it better myself. We love you so much, campers. We'll be right back. Every week, there's a never-ending list of projects around the house that we tell ourselves we're finally going to knock out. But then Saturday morning comes and suddenly mounting a TV, building a dresser, or cleaning out the garage doesn't sound that appealing.
For all the tasks you need to do but don't want to do, there's TaskRabbit.
TaskRabbit connects you with skilled taskers to help with cleaning, moving, furniture assembly, home repairs, and more. And many taskers are available to help the same day.
Would you believe these two counselors could not figure out how to mount a TV on a brick wall? I broke a nail. I broke a screw. I broke the drill, honestly.
We tried, but our confidence was severely misplaced, okay? We needed someone experienced to help us. So we booked a tasker through TaskRabbit who was available to stop by the same day.
And that's what we love about TaskRabbit. They make it easy to find skilled, reliable taskers in your area.
To get started, go to TaskRabbit.com or download the app.
Search for the best tasker for your job based on cost, skill set, availability, and past client reviews.
Next, schedule a tasker, even as early as the same day.
Once the tasker has completed the job, simply pay, tip, and review all on the convenient TaskRabbit app.
Plus, with TaskRabbit's happiness pledge, if you're not satisfied, they'll work to make it right.
So tackle your to-do list and get 15% off your first task at TaskRabbit.com or on the TaskRabbit app using promo code CAMP. That's promo code CAMP at TaskRabbit.com for 15% off your task.
TaskRabbit. Book trusted help for your home tasks. Attention campers, please meet at the old flagpole under the tall pine for morning announcements. Welcome back to morning announcements, campers. Can you believe it? 100 of these bad boys.
200 stories. Yeah.
Yes. This is the part of the show where we share news articles with you that you might have missed that we want you to spread like wildfire. Let me ask the lovely bride, Princess Girl, do you have an article that you want to share with us this week?
I do. Wait, that wasn't even planned. That was fun. Okay, so here we go. My article is coming from a couple of different sources. That's wired.com, an article by Nate Anderson, chessbase.com article by ChessBase staff, and then an RTVI article that was translated from Russian to English. So this story was all translated, and we'll see how it goes.
Okay, let's hear it.
We're going to get into a little legal issue here. On August 2nd, 2024, a regional chess tournament was taking place in a Russian town on the Caspian Sea. Did you know the Caspian Sea was a thing?
Mm-hmm, it's real.
Oh, I thought it was like Prince Caspian. Isn't that like The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe?
Mm-hmm.
So 30-year-old Umaynat Osmanova.
Oh, that was a perfect translation. Thank you so much.
I'm going to call her Osmanova.
Oh, Osmanova.
So 30-year-old Osmanova was up against fellow chess player Amina Abakarova. I'm just going to call her Amina. When she began to feel odd. So typically, the two players would end up spending around 5 hours at their chessboard. So when Osmanova began tasting iron in her mouth and struggling to breathe, about a little less than an hour into her game, she was like, oh, I don't think I'm going to last all 5 hours. That's when she also noticed small metallic balls under her side of the chessboard. So the referee took control of the situation and he collected what he thought was mercury from under the board and called the police. So emergency services came and they took Osmanova to the hospital, and it was revealed that she was suffering from elemental mercury poisoning. According to the Cleveland Clinic, this form of mercury, quote, is usually harmless, but if you touch or usually harmless if you touch or swallow it, because of the slippery texture, it won't absorb into your skin or intestines. So like mercury that you see inside of the old thermometers, how it looks like silvery. But if you breathe it in, the symptoms will occur immediately. Because you will begin coughing, having breathing trouble, nausea, bleeding gums, and a metallic taste in your mouth.
Oh, so she's breathing in the pellets from underneath the board.
Yes.
Ooh.
Tournament officials were like, yo, what the fuck? What the fuck is going on in this tournament room? People started freaking out. So they're like, okay, let's see if anything had happened earlier that day. So they play back the security footage. So when they play it back, they see Osmanova's competitor, Amina, walking through the nearly empty room of chess tables about 20 minutes before the tournament was about to begin. In one news account, Amina had been asking casually beforehand whether there were any cameras in the venue or not. And in the footage, Amina can be seen walking over to one table in particular, which ended up being the one that she sat at, and pulling, allegedly, a small vial from her bag and allegedly appearing, to smear something on the pieces and the table itself. This was when, allegedly, she placed the mercury on the board under Osmanova's side of the chessboard. So the Minister of Sports of the Republic of Dagestan, he posted a note to Telegram after the footage began circulating the internet. So whoever worked in security filmed it. It was kind of like the Solange elevator video where it was filmed off of the computer screen. It wasn't directly uploaded. You could tell that a worker was filming what was going on and had uploaded it. And so the Minister of Sports said that he was perplexed by what happened, and the motives of such an experienced athlete as Amina are so unclear to me. The actions she took could have led to the most tragic outcome. They threatened the lives of everyone who was in the chess house, including herself. Now she will have to answer for what she has done before the law.
Her crimes must be answered.
The source of Amina's dispute with Osmanova remains unclear. So this is kind of where things got a little crazy, because I was using Google Chrome. First off, Russia they're no stranger to poisonings. Let's be honest here. But all of the translated things, I wasn't sure if it was it's a Google Translate, right? So it's not somebody translating. I'm using Google Translate. But it sounded like everybody was being so skeptical and so unfactual about the things that they were posting. It was a lot of skepticism and not saying that it was skepticism. Basically 4 different outlets that this one outlet was quoting. In one, it was saying that the two had known each other since childhood, but they recently got in a fight. And then in a different version of the story, Amina showed up to one recent match with a phone, which was against the rules. Apparently, Osmanova was upset, but she didn't tell the judges. And Osmanova stated she should have been grateful to me that I didn't make a fuss and forgave her. Instead, Amina refused to shake my hand during the competition last week. ChessBase, I'm not even sure if they're a liable source. This is alleged, but they went on to say that the dispute was over a recent match that the two had been in, because both chess players scored the exact same amount of points, but the victory was awarded to Osmanova instead of Amina.
For speed.
No. Based on, quote, additional factors.
Boop.
Like being a good sportsman. Well, this seems like she would be more of she had better sportsman-like conduct than Amina, in my opinion. Then someone else said that they were talking shit on each other's families and then went on to quote the shit they were talking about the families. I was like, not the alleged information being published multiple times. Basically, after the incident, Osmanova continued to participate in the tournament and ended up placing. So she placed in a, quote, prized place. I don't know what that means, but she did well. So security forces are conducting an investigation under the article Intentional Infliction of Minor Bodily Fluid. Article 115 of Criminal Code. Maximum punishment is 2 to 7 years of imprisonment. So how are you going to tell me maximum punishment is 2 to 7 years? Say maximum punishment is 7 years. Anyway, we don't know what's going to happen, but basically Amina is not allowed to currently play chess in the tournament but it does say it's temporary. And I guess we'll see what happened. But yeah, she poisoned her opponent because she wanted to win, and we don't know why. That's the makes for a movie, or at least a documentary.
Yeah, move over Queen's Gambit. It's Amina's Gambit now.
Oh my God, I forgot about Queen's Gambit. How about her bob in that?
Honestly, that was so good. I don't even care about
Did you watch
chess. Yeah, I watched it with you, didn't I?
I've never seen that.
Oh, I watched it alone then. I was during COVID when I watched it. It was fantastic.
I've never seen it.
Gripping.
I don't even know what it's about.
It's about a girl who's like a chess prodigy, and it's just like insane.
Is she autistic?
No, honey.
Oh.
No, baby.
So what's your story?
Well, thank you for sharing that. That was really impactful, I think, for the chess community here at camp and for the poison community here at camp. I think that's going to be great that they can come together and meet in the middle.
Do you know how to play chess?
No, I've always wanted to learn, but I think I'm too old. It's like swimming for me. I'm over it.
I think I'm too old to learn chess. Never heard anybody say that.
Like, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, and baby, I'm dressed.
And you're dressed like Scoop Marine. You can't teach that old dog new tricks.
Okay, if I'm going to learn anything, it's going to how to perfect a good fringe bang, and that's about it.
Okay. I'll give it that. Wig is giving you personality.
No, I'm obsessed.
You look hot.
Thank you. And this article's even hotter.
Oh.
A 19th century shipwreck is filled with champagne bottles, and Sweden won't allow anyone a sip. Can you believe that article by the Associated Press?
Not us talking shit about Russia and Sweden.
Thanks,
we're like,
Jan Olsen.
The Olympics are over and we're here. Let's talk.
I've always been Team USA. This article is by Jan Olsen. I'm just joking. Here we go. Is the 19th century champagne on the bottom of the Baltic Sea fit for a toast? Wait, I love that we're talking about the Caspian Sea and the Baltic Sea on this episode.
Yeah, wait. We're international and I have champagne. It's always full circle.
It's always
Can you hear the
full circle on
bubbles?
the show. I do. Oh, that's popping up. So a team of Polish divers has discovered the wreckage of an old sailing ship loaded to the brim with luxury goods, including porcelain items and about 100 bottles of champagne in mineral water, about 58 meters or 190 feet deep off the Swedish coast. So not that super far, not that super deep, but something about this fresh Baltic water has really kept this 1850 shipwreck like in perfect condition.
It's like that really salty lagoon that everybody floats in because there's so much salt.
I think a big reason about why it's preserved too is it's so deep that it's dark too.
Deep and dark, like a cellar.
Yeah, deep and dark. That's where you keep your canned goods. That's where you keep your porcelain at the bottom of the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
So they believe the precious goods could have been on the way to the royal tables of Stockholm or the Russian Tsar's residence in St. Petersburg when the ship sank sometime in the second half of the 19th century, according to the leaders of the team, Tomasz Stachura. So the private Baltic Tech group of divers, which searched for shipwrecks on the Baltic Sea, made the discovery on July 11th while checking spots of interest about 37 kilometers or 20 nautical miles south of the Isle of Åland. They were ready to call it a day, but two divers, Mark Kaja and Pawal Tresnitsky, decided to make a quick dive and emerged 2 hours later with the news of the wreckage and its valuable cargo. So they were about to be like, no, we're done. And they're like, wait, one more try. And they found it.
One of the sailors turned to him and was like, aren't you glad that I didn't call it today? And he's like, yeah. Hoist up the crate, bud.
So Starcher said, I've been diving for 40 years, and it often happens that we find a bottle or two in a wreck, but to discover this much cargo, it's a first for me. So the brand of mineral water, or seltzers, believed at the time were to have medical properties. And like the medical properties were imprinted on the stoneware bottles.
So it's like will cure headache, but it's simply seltzer?
Yeah, it's like Poland seltzer. It's literally LaCroix. And they're like, you're going to be fine, babe. Medical. And it's in stoneware. Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting. I wonder if it was like a placebo effect.
This is fun. The champagne brand is still to be determined, but the letter R could be seen on one cork.
Oh my God.
I don't think it's the bottle.
Maybe it was Betchtold and it's not an R, it's a B. Oh my God, babe. Look at what's on the cover. On this bottle of champagne. Sailors.
Yeah, there's some coincidences there.
Look at that.
So Stachura said he believes the contents are still in good condition. He said, at this depth, the wreckage is perfectly preserved. The temperature is constant. There are no currents and it's dark. That preserves the wreckage in a wonderful way. So it's the perfect store of wreckages.
I'll be the judge of that. Send me a sample and I'll let you know.
So he said the champagne and seltzer experts have already contacted Baltic and are interested in doing laboratory testing on the contents of the bottle, but it is the Swedish authorities who will decide the next steps in exploring the wreck, because under Swedish waters. Well, the Swedish government has answered. No one will be allowed to fish out any of the nearly 100 bottles of the 19th century champagne and mineral water nestled in a shipwreck. The Swedish authorities have put their foot down and labeled the sunken ship an ancient relic, which the country says requires a clear and strong protection to remain intact. They said you must not damage the ancient remains, which also includes taking items from the wreck, including the champagne bottles, without permission from the country. That was like Magnus Johansson, a county official. The champagne bottles are fantastically well preserved. Find that gives us a snapshot of shipping and life on board at the end of the 19th century. What do you think about that?
So,
what do you think about that?
I think it's fair. I do, because for the small amount of law school that I went to.
Okay, yeah, I forgot that you did that small amount of law school. You always forget to bring that up on the show too.
If you have an apple tree, and I'm being so dead serious.
Okay, Charlie.
Lawyers out there, please listen up. If you have an apple tree in your yard and your branch reaches over to your neighbor's yard and there's a fence, let's say there's a fence, okay? Everybody picturing it? And the apple falls off of your tree from the branch that's leaning into the neighbor's yard, and it rolls into the neighbor's yard, and you walk over and you pick up the apple from your tree in the neighbor's yard, that is stealing, because the branch was in their property line and it fell onto their property, and you entered their property and you took the apple from their property. So that's essentially the same thing of like, if it's Swedish sea, you can't, like, it's on their it's their apple.
Well, that wasn't the debate.
What was the question?
The question really was, do you think the Swedish government should allow them to keep the champagne in the ship or take it off of the ship? I think you're thinking like, no, we know it's Sweden. Sweden owns the ship. Where does should Sweden allow the extradition of the champagne, or should we just keep it underwater?
Oh.
Do you want to say that answer? Because the apple analogy was gorgeous. I loved it.
Thank you. It just wasn't super applicable.
Yeah. It didn't hold up in the court of law.
Okay.
As a lawyer yourself.
Oh my God, I was thinking the Russians found it, but that was my story.
Okay, yeah, it's not about you right now.
Got it.
He's gripping that champagne, you guys.
Hello. See, I think...
Oh, from sea to shining sea is what you're thinking.
Maybe they just keep it on seal.
What is your answer? What?
Why don't you answer?
I don't know what you're trying to say.
I don't know what you're trying to ask.
Okay, I'm
answer. Trying my best.
I'll answer. I think Sweden needs to lighten up a little bit and let us take it out. Yeah, like, why can't we take a sip? First of all, it's our 100th episode. We should have gotten a bottle. We're covering the story.
Thank you.
Send us a bottle. Also, it's like, what is it doing down there? I'm not saying destroy the entire ship, but wouldn't that be lovely in a museum for people to see, like, the porcelain of that time?
Yeah, or keep one intact and then do a raffle.
Like, who wins with it at the bottom of the ocean?
Oh my God,
literally
maybe
nobody.
At their next Five Below grand opening, have everyone spin the wheel and you can give them away.
Oh my God, 5 below, but actually this is actually 17 kilometers below.
It's always full circle.
It's always full circle.
Like a wheel that you spin.
There you go again, babe. You're killing it right now.
Facts.
I just feel like Sweden's being a little bit of a press, and I need them to, like, lighten up a bit. Okay? Like, we all want to toast it. Everyone wants a little swig. So, like, let us swig it out. Thanks, Sweden. The summer heat is here. So why not indulge in hydration with electrolytes, essential vitamins, and clinically tested nutrients from the #1 powdered hydration brand in America, Liquid IV. John and I have been in Massachusetts all summer, and let me be honest, we've been drinking a little more than usual. Sue me.
Also, we're outside a lot more than usual. With that comes dehydration. So my Liquid IV has really been a staple during our coastal counselor era.
Stay hydrated, y'all. Whether you're soaking up some sun on the docks, serving it up on the volleyball court, or watching Sandwich's live music festival at the amphitheater, Liquid IV is here to keep you motivated and hydrated.
They have so many amazing summer flavors like rainbow sherbet and popsicle firecracker. How about a pina colada? Why not? They even have tons of sugar-free options too. Tear, pour, live more.
One stick plus 16 ounces of water hydrates better than water alone.
Powered by Live Hydroscience, an optimized ratio of electrolytes, essential vitamins, and clinically tested nutrients that turn ordinary water into extraordinary hydration with 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink.
Indulge in hydration this summer with Liquid IV. Get 20% off your first order of Liquid IV when you go to liquidiv.com and use code CAMP at checkout.
That's 20% off your first order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code CAMP at liquidiv.com.
Grab your bug juice and bear spray, campers. It's time to pack it up and take a hike.
Welcome back to Take a Hike. This is the part of the show where we bitch a little and we tell something to take a hike. I can't believe we've bitched about 200 different things. Maybe there was one repeat. I don't know who's keeping score. But anyway, what am I bitching about? Can you ask me?
What are you bitching about, Jonathan?
Thank God someone asked me today. We've all seen them. We have all seen them. We have friends who have used them. The mini microphones in Instagram and TikTok videos.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Why are we interviewing people on the street? Why are we interviewing people on the red carpet using a mini microphone? It was fun and silly for 2 seconds, maybe 3. I'll give you grace there. But it sounds so loud and distorted. It sounds like you're using like a Fisher Price microphone and that you're like 7 years old. I'm sorry, you're 30. You have a career. I don't need to see Sabrina Carpenter talking into a mini microphone.
Yeah, like Vanity Fair, like you have the budget.
I don't mind when people, like there's a series where they're on the subway and they clip it to one of the subway passes. That's fun because it's like quirky and it's like the bit. But not everybody has to be quirky and have the same goddamn bit. You can interview somebody on the street. Okay, we're already doing cookie cutter content. Fine. I'm sorry because I'm sorry. I'm shading people that are my colleagues and that I'm friends with. Let me reel it in. We don't need it to be, I don't want it to be distorted. Is basically what it boils down to, is using the tiny microphone is already annoying, but having the audio sound like absolute ass, I'm over it. I'm done.
As a man in the industry, 100 episodes in, you have an opinion and I want you to say it.
Yeah, and there it is. That's what it is.
I don't like when people use a mini microphone inside their house.
Yeah.
I'm like, you don't have any sound pollution here. I think you can just speak at a camera.
What was the catalyst for this?
Oh my God, my take a hike is going to be my upstairs neighbor if she wants to vacuum.
Our upstairs neighbor, whom we normally love, and her yappy little dog too, are going through it right now. It's not a huge apartment up there.
Just finish vacuuming.
It's been about an hour. Is she vacuuming up the dog?
I think the dog is in the vacuum right now.
So what are you telling to take a hike?
This may come as a shock to some campers because I am going to tell something that is very camp related to take a hike. Something that we have many across camp that I want to burn in the biggest bonfire Camp Shady Birch has ever seen.
Witches?
Yes. And on top of the witches' corpses, we are going to throw Adirondack chairs as timber because Adirondack chairs are my take a hike. We as a society have been brainwashed too long to think that Adirondack chairs are a sign of peace and tranquility and relaxation, where they are actually none of the sort.
Mm.
It's awful. Well, have you ever sat down in an Adirondack chair? How wildly embarrassing. You think it's nice because you're sloped down, but you're stuck in one position, and that's too far back on wood. It'll splinter. It'll get in your ass.
Trying to stand up from an Adirondack chair. We had Adirondack chairs that had the footstool.
Oh, yeah, I know.
But they had to be pressed up against it. So standing up outside of one, you had to straddle, and then you had to launch yourself somehow by the grace of God to stand up from the Adirondack. It was so embarrassing.
What about our pregnant campers?
Yeah.
Don't ever sit in one. That's a hazard. It's a safety hazard.
You're going to be stuck there till delivery date, till push date, till crowning.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Have you ever ate in an Adirondack chair?
You and I ate at an Adirondack chair that had a table. They were connected, first off, the two chairs. And the table, quote unquote, was the size of an armrest in a minivan.
Yeah, of course. You know, when you eat in an Adirondack chair, the only thing you can do is scoot Maria. You gotta scoot your butt all the way to the top, and then you're hunched over like a goblin, like a gargoyle. and you think you're having, no, it's not fun. I want a normal patio chair with a glass table under an umbrella, backyard style. Get rid of all the Adirondack chairs. And they're very expensive. A real Adirondack chair, $150 at Home Depot.
So what makes a real Adirondack chair from a fake Adirondack? Or is it from the Adirondacks?
No, it's the wood.
Patio.com. I wonder. They have a...
You can get a $10 one at Walmart.
What I will say,
Plastic.
we had a real wooden one and they were painted a very, very, very light mint green. And within the first rainfall, rotted.
Well, they were created in the early 1900s by a man in Westport, Connecticut.
Wow.
And they were named after the Adirondack Mountains. And they were all the craze. But you know what's crazy? That was over 100 years ago. We progressed. We also used to travel by horse and buggy.
We also used to need our wisdom teeth.
Yeah. So I think we've evolved past all of the bullshit. And I think they all need to be replaced. And we need to stop lying to ourselves, thinking that they're comfortable.
I want to see a lazy boy in your lawn.
I love that. Some sort of weatherproof. What's it called? Sunbrella? That's the brand. Sunbrella Lazy Boy collab.
Wait, I've never heard of that brand. Sunbrella?
Sunbrella is like the premier outdoor patio furniture brand.
I've never heard of that brand. And I'm impressed already with their marketing.
Yeah.
Sunbrella. It's the new Sunsetter retractable awning.
I think there's a partnership there.
There's gotta be.
Well, I want the collab with Lazy Boy. I think that's a great idea.
Lawnsy Boy.
Guys, get us on the horn with the marketing team, please.
I've got ideas.
Do you think the new counselor likes the top bunk or the bottom bunk? Over.
Either way, I'm giving them my boondoggle keychain. Over.
Welcome back to Camper Crush of the Week, campers. We're leaving the negativity in the past and we're moving forward with our 100th, or well, technically 200th Crushes of the Week. 200 of these bad boys. Jonathan, who is getting your stamp of approval? Who is getting a wet snog from you? What are you loving? Who's getting it? What's getting it? Tell me all about it.
That's going to have to be the Ring doorbell for me. Zach Ryan.
Tell the story now.
So, what had happened was, a couple days ago, there was a block party that was occurring outside of our cabin, and our neighbor was ringing our Ring doorbell. I had my phone on silent, and we used to have the thing that plugged into the wall where you could hear the Ring doorbell being rung, but I swear it was drowning our Wi-Fi because we were having Wi-Fi issues anytime it was plugged in, which is crazy because I'm trying to hear it. So in an instance like this where my phone is on silent and not by my side, that I can hear if somebody's at the door. So I'm doing dishes and I didn't realize I had a missed ring at the door, right? Mm-hmm. So I watched the footage back. And their footage is so crisp and precise. And so is their audio. And that's when I had the ability to listen to our neighbor, 2 doors down, absolutely talking shit about Counselor Zachariah and I, and how we never move our car because it was a block party and they were trying to get the inflatable and the stage up. Mind you, I had moved our car 6:30 a.m., maybe 7 a.m. at the latest because there was a block party happening at 9. Our car was already moved. This neighbor was talking shit about us to our next door neighbor, not knowing that all of the audio was picked up. And that was a good little treat to watch. Learning that our neighbor was talking shit on us, probably the same people who thought that we were stealing all the packages, which it was proven that we were not, again, by the Ring doorbell. I went outside to go see if she was still there so I could talk to her and clear our name. And she was not there. So she thinks the car parked out front of her house is ours. And then you went outside.
Yeah, and then an hour later, I went outside on my walk and she was still in the street because our entire street in New York was completely cleared out for this like block party for our block. So the minute I stepped outside, she's snapping at me saying, Mister, can you move your car? And she gestures to a car that looks just like my car. Same make, same model, slightly different color, different plates. These had Texas plates. I have Massachusetts plates.
And it wasn't a question of, is that your car?
No, it was like, can you move your car, please? We have a block party. And I laughed and I said, oh, I'm sorry. We moved our car at 6:30 this morning. I have a different car in a different color with Massachusetts plates. This isn't our car. She was gagged, you guys. She was like, oh, I'm so sorry. This person never moves their car. It's always on the street. They need to move their car more. First of all, who cares? You don't own the street. If they're going to get tickets because they didn't move their car, that's on them. And I get it. In this moment, you're frustrated because where they wanted to put the stage on our street for them to blast music for 12 hours, that's their prerogative. For our block party was exactly where this car was parked, but it wasn't our car. And the fact that she was spreading all this lie
to our neighbors, that she also didn't know that we could hear everything she was saying because it was automatically recorded, and I had showed you before you went outside. So you already had that in your head that, oh, the neighbors.
I was so smug. I was so
you're like, oh, I'm so sorry. That's not our car.
She was like,
had it been a different approach. Do you know whose car that is? That would have been a different story, but it wasn't. Now, was it?
It's just funny because it does look just like our car, but there's some slight differences, and it's not our car.
I'm not going to give her that grace.
Yeah.
She could have approached it differently. She feels foolish. She feels stupid because you know what? She was foolish. She was stupid. Let's leave the hate. This is a camper crush, but the crush is for the Ring doorbell who made all of this available to us for knowing. Sometimes I feel like our neighbors just hate us.
If we had an ad code, we would put it in right here for Ring doorbell, because Ring doorbell at baseline will protect your honor.
Yes.
And your name.
Period, puta. What do you have cooking for us? What are you crushing on? What do you want to crush with your thighs? A watermelon, I hope.
My crush is also very similar in the sense where it's a negative that I'm spinning into a positive.
Oh my God. We're just magicians here.
We are. The ice cream truck is constantly driving by our house every single day, 14 times a day, which sounds cute in theory, but it's so loud, and it's already happened during this podcast recording, and it pisses me off. No one wants your frosty cone, sir. But he's got to make his money, and he's got to be on the move. But it made me think of a business venture that I'm looking for a shark to buy into. Preferably, what shark do I want?
Rainy Rodriguez.
I like Lori.
I
just trust Lori. Lori invested into the Daddy Sponge.
Scrub Daddy.
I just trust her. She's got a big vision on her
What
head.
about Mr. Wonderful?
No, I don't like him. I honestly just don't. I don't want to give him my money because I don't like him. He's too mean.
I feel like he's telling people, he's putting it on for TV, for the telly, but he's also telling people before they waste so much time and energy in something that's truly not going to work.
Yeah, I also like Mark Cuban, not as a person, but as a businessman.
Yeah.
Separate the art from the artist.
Yeah.
So my business venture is really to invest in a fleet of food trucks that actually fucking move. Because I don't know why we're calling these things food trucks when they just park at a beach or a food truck festival. The idea of the mobile food truck is to get the food on the go. So why are they just parking like a restaurant would? And I have to go to where this is parked.
It's more of a pop-up.
It's a pop-up. It's not a food truck. The only truly mobile experience when it comes to food is the ice cream truck. So here's where my crush of the week comes in.
Okay.
I have an idea for a pastry truck.
Okay.
Because I don't always want an ice cream. I have sensitive teeth, okay? I've whitened them too much at this point. But I always have a sweet hankering or a thing.
Oh my God, a wasp just... Sorry, there's a wasp.
So essentially my plan is for this pastry truck to travel around with fresh baked goods. A la donuts, croissants. I would love a 5 p.m. eclair. Drives by and he's playing a different song.
What do you think for the song?
I don't want Pop Goes the Weasel. I'm so fucking sick of Pop Goes the fucking Weasel every fucking day on our street.
Oh my God, that is the song, isn't
Pop
it?
Goes the Weasel. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I want
Why did I never put that together? That's the song.
If you think about it long enough, you're like, oh, it's Pop Goes the Weasel core.
Yeah. Okay, so what's the song?
Um
Maybe you can give me the audio of you singing the song you made up and we can just do
I got
that.
it. This is my favorite song that I've ever written.
I'm gonna be honest, I think that might be from E.T.
It's a derivative. And that's what it's all about. So I just want, and I know you can have a fry later on the roads through potholes.
That's what I'm picturing.
But a pastry, like a pastry case.
Yeah.
There's no reason. And we can have a soft serve.
Okay.
We can still have ice cream. Just a little bit more variety. And I need food trucks to actually be on the go. Is that too much to ask?
Yeah, bring us the food.
Yeah. So that's what I'm looking for in my crush of the week this week. Just some sort of mobile pastry experience. And I don't have to be the one to do it. I'm totally willing to give this idea to anybody that wants to get this on the go. Have a little song playing. I will run out with a $4 bill and I will just purchase whatever I can.
Good humor. Have a good idea.
What song's been stuck in your head all week? Welcome to Camp Songs.
Welcome back to camp songs. Oh my God. 200 songs on the playlist linked in the episode description. Free on Spotify, free on YouTube. It's the songs that have been stuck in our head all week. You know the drill. I love it. It's actually a fat playlist. Last time I checked on Spotify, there was 3,333 saves.
Wow. Half of evil, which feels 100% pure.
Yeah, it means the good.
Wow.
What is your song of the week?
My song of the week, I just wanted to do something that conveyed to all of the campers how much I appreciate and love all of you for having us get to 100 episodes. Not to be corny, but to be corny. Like, we are both so grateful. I know I'm speaking for both of us.
Totally.
But literally, the reason we get to do this job and have like the coolest, craziest job where we literally are wearing onesies and sitting and talking into microphones for hours on end, just about the most random shit and getting all like tons of emails of people. It's because of you who listen every week. So we appreciate you. And my song is Kind and Generous by Natalie Merchant. Na 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 na. Na, 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 hey. Just a song of gratitude because we appreciate you. And genuinely, if it weren't for all of the campers, the camp would be empty and we would have nothing here. It would be a vacant lot of us speaking into the ether and no one there to receive it. And that would be a sad life to live. So I'm just grateful and I love all of you. So the song is for the campers.
Yeah, and if we didn't have you guys, Sam would have to live with us in our apartment, and we don't need that, okay?
Yeah.
He's got a lot of medical and dietary needs, and I'm not dealing with that.
No.
He needs his own cabin, and now he has a paycheck because of you guys.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. What a great song. Na 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 yeah.
So what's your song?
My song is With You by Jessica Simpson.
I'm with you.
Nope. I'll start off with you and you're going to know it. The real me is a southern girl with my Levi's on and an open heart. Wish I could save the world like I was Supergirl. Do you want me to sing the chorus if you can't?
Yeah.
I can let my head down. I can say anything crazy. I know I'll catch me right before I hit the ground. With nothing but a t-shirt on. I never felt as beautiful, baby, as I do now. Now that I'm with you, with you.
Na 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 na.
Well, that was your song.
Yeah, they can like merge together. It's a good remix.
I think the reason why I chose this song is because A, I love it, and B, I really feel like it encapsulates so much of the energy here at Camp Counselors. I think it's fun. I think it's nostalgic. I think it's silly. And I also think the song doesn't take itself too seriously, much like this podcast.
Yeah.
It just really encapsulates how I feel about the show, how we come to the table every single week, and how you guys vibe and contribute to the show.
The music video.
The music video is so tongue-in-cheek. It's basically her just kind of taking all the best elements of season 1 of Newlyweds, that MTV or VH1 show they had her and Nick Lachey, and she basically just spoofs it because she doesn't take herself too seriously. She's okay being silly, and that's how we approach the show every single week.
Yeah, it reminds me very much of like what Trisha Paytas. I feel like everybody, like Trisha Paytas, everyone thinks that she strove to be Britney Spears, which I feel like she strived. Maybe. Strove feels right. That she strove to be like Britney Spears, which I know she says she has, but I feel like this music video in particular feels like a direct Trisha Paytas. Like Trisha would see this and be like, I want this to be me.
My favorite quote is this chicken what I have, or is this fish? I know it's tuna, but it says chicken by the sea. They couldn't make that up. That couldn't be scripted. That was raw, silly footage and just an icon that is Jessica Simpson.
Yeah, let's reel it back to the Q&A. When we were being asked what reality show we would be on, it would be Newlyweds with them. It wouldn't be our own Newlywed show. I want to be on it with them.
I think it'd be fun for us to have our own Newlywed show.
That would be. We would kill it.
We would kill it. It'd be like this, but without us having to do the production of it.
Yeah, I'd be like, let me see the final cut though, because I want to look skinty.
Yeah, agreed. Jonathan always makes us look skinty in the final cut.
I have to.
I think that's all we have for today. Full transparency, there is a giant wasp flying around this room that we've tried to ignore. It is the size of a small dog. It is angry. I don't know how he got into the production room. I'm watching him fly into the light bulb again and again. and I am terrified for my life. So I think we got to end it here.
We do have to end it because we've been recording. We had to pause for so long, you guys. We're pushing, I don't know what we're at when you're listening to this, but we're pushing 2 hours and 15 minutes because of said WASP and many other things that have happened. But we want to thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, just big thank you for today's episode.
Thank you. So if you haven't already, we would greatly appreciate it. If you subscribe, if you're on YouTube, we know that a lot of people are watching but not subscribing, but that would be great. And give us a good rating. 5 stars across the board. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we'll see you for another 100 episodes of Camp Counselors. And with that being said, lights out, campers.